What is up, my fearless networking friends? Todd Falcone here, back with another episode. All right, so this is it. This is the harsh, real reality, real truth as to why people don't succeed in network marketing. I would welcome your comments, whether you're on my YouTube channel. You can comment there, of course. If you're catching me on my podcast, or you can't comment there, but you can certainly. In fact, this whole episode, there's going to be a couple of specific downloads for you from today's training that you can find at toddfalcone.com/episode 60. So again, that's toddfalcone.com/episode 60. Now, if you have a differing opinion from me, I would be curious to hear what you feel the reason, or the real truth. Like, why is it that some people make it in network marketing and other people don't? So look, from a compensation plan standpoint, it's a level playing field. Everybody comes in with the same comp plan, the same opportunity. It doesn't discriminate from personal education, whether you have a college degree, whether you're, male, female, educated, no education, work background. There's no discrimination in a compensation plan in network marketing. It's a level playing field. But having said that, the difference maker really is how you act within the compensation structure, how the things that you do or don't do that cause you to succeed or to fail. So look, having done network marketing for over 30 years now, I have I think a pretty good idea of why people win and why some people don't. Now, the truth is, and I'm going to do another episode on this particular subject matter pretty soon, is, look, this business is a business that requires you to connect with people, whether you're primarily doing it on social media, or you're doing it where you're using the phone, or you're text messaging, or it requires us to engage, to reach out. So that's something that you have to understand. In fact, the reason, what I've found personally with the individuals I've worked with, or the individuals I've coached, or people that come to me asking me for my advice, is the common denominator for a great majority of people that are not succeeding, if they're coming to me and they're saying, look, Todd, this isn't working out for me, is they're just not doing the work, right? Now, look, if you're doing the work, that's one thing, okay? If you're doing the work and you're not producing the result, that's an entirely other thing that we can talk about. But one of the things I do, in fact, if you've seen me speak live in person on stage, sometimes I've done it in video format, but on almost every platform I've spoken on for the last 15 years, I do this little, in fact, I'll just draw it out I do this exercise, right? I do this draw a box exercise. You draw a box on a piece of paper, and you write in the number of new people that you've reached out to about your business in the last 24 hours. And to me, that's a telltale sign of whether you're in the business or not. And if the number is a 0, it clearly indicates that you're not in the business. Now, I've got a really powerful exercise that you can do that would I think enlighten you over the next 30 days to figure out, are you showing up or not, right? Are you really doing the work or not? Because there's too many times where people come to me and they're just really they show up for events, they go to they're on Facebook, they're on the team Zooms, they do but they don't really do the business building activity. So there's something I created. It's called the 30-day prospecting challenge. I don't see, and if you're listening to me on podcasts, you probably, you can't see it. So you want to go to toddfalcone.com/episode 60, and then you can see the video portion of this. But this is actually a 30-day prospecting challenge. It's a single page downloadable PDF I don't know if you can see these numbers, but it's like 16, 8, 11, 24, 9, 19, 31. This is like would be the number of new people that you expose to those days, like the reach outs, actual reach outs. Now in this bottom line, if you finished up your 30 days, I just use the bottom line 0001001001000, and then you're wondering, well, gee, how come my business isn't building? The answer is right in front of your face. It's right in front of your face. You would have no reason to be angry as to why you're not getting the results if there are no numbers on the board that you're not reaching out to people, you're not exposing your product, you're not exposing your business. The facts are right in front of you. So I would suggest take the 30-day prospecting challenge. You'll see a link to it on my post here, toddfalcone.com/episode 60. The other thing is, if you're putting numbers on the board, like if your whole month was like big numbers and you're not producing results, then there's something that you're doing that's not right. You're either being offensive, you're not, there's something unattractive about you in terms of not your physical looks necessarily, but how you engage with people or communicate with people. And this is a social business. You have to have the ability to engage people. And in fact, I'm going to talk about it in the next episode, and I'm going to go into it. But it's like, to me, the biggest skill people need to have in this business is the ability to communicate with another human being. I'll get into that in another episode. But the real harsh reality, the harsh truth is the reason people fail in network marketing is because they just simply don't do the work. They're not doing what they need to be doing in order to grow the business. Because what do we do? How do you make money in network marketing? I gotta sign up reps and I gotta put customers in. I gotta help my team members sign up reps and put customers in. And if I'm not doing those things, if I'm not focusing on those things every single day, and here we are into a new year, great time for you to kind of look at your habits. Take this 30-day challenge, do it for 30 days, track yourself for 30 days and see what your answer is. I can promise you this, that after 30 days, if you had decent numbers in that box, you're going to have enrolled people. And if you haven't, if you're like, dude, I put big numbers up on the board, I talked to a ton of people, exposed a ton of people, and yet I still have no results, then you got to start looking at, okay, how do I improve my prospecting skills, my communication skills, how I'm coming across to a person? Because maybe you're not coming across in a manner that would be attractive. So that's why I suggest for people, hey, if you're not getting results with your prospecting and you want to improve your prospecting skills, record a cross-section of your calls, your interactions, your engagements. Get them in front of somebody who's an expert and say, hey, what do you think about this? These are my conversations I've had. I've talked to like 350 people and nobody's joined. Well, that maybe an expert, a pro that's really good. They go, look, dude, you're harsh, you're offensive, I don't know what it is. You'll know once you have recorded it and had a chance to have an expert look at what you're doing. But the real reality is not that, there's something wrong with network marketing. And look, I want your comments. Like, feel free to comment here. If you think I'm totally off base, I don't think I am because I've done this for a long time. But there's other reasons why people don't succeed. But the real deal is they just don't do the work. I mean, they might be in a deal that's a sluggish, slodgy, slow, not providing a good value in the marketplace, not a real attractive product, but there's so many great companies that people are in that have great products and services, and there are people in those companies that are crushing it, and then there are people in those companies that are not crushing it, that are like not succeeding at all. Well, why is it that there are people in the same deal? Some people are absolutely rocking it, and other people aren't. What are the variables? So I would also, if I was doing the activity in a company where other people were crushing it and I wasn't, I'd have to be like looking at, well, what are they doing that I'm not doing, or what are they not doing that I'm doing? Looking at like, what are you doing that's different than me? Because you're producing results and I'm not. So to me, you can narrow it down and figure it out. But for the most part, what I've found is people just aren't putting numbers on the board. They're just not doing the revenue producing activity. So now if you got a different opinion, I'd love to hear it. You can see the rest of this episode, the downloads associated with it. This is another thing that I use you can find on my page. This is my Fearless Networker Prospecting Partner. I literally log every bit of business building activity that I do. I still do it to this day. I made this for me. I used to use this thing called an Adams S1185, but I made this specific for network marketing. If you haven't seen this, I track every outgoing call, Facebook message, text messaging conversation. Make sure that my team puts it on this page so you can get access to that. But look, again, if you're on the podcast, head over to toddfalcone.com/episode 60. If you're on YouTube, head over to toddfalcone.com, episode 60. You can download these things. And look, again, track your numbers. Like if I asked you, how many people have you talked to in the last 30 days? How many people have you exposed in the last 90 days? Can you tell me? And if you can't tell me, there's a problem. If you ask me, and Todd, how many people in the last month have you reached out to? I can tell you the exact number of people that I've reached out to. Personal production is the beginning of your success, okay? You worry about the other team stuff when you put some people in, but you got to make sure your personal revenue producing activity is in proper alignment. So take the 30-day challenge. You'll see it on this page. Hope you're having an amazing day. Thanks for plugging in. We'll see you on the next episode.